Hello, everyone. Welcome to another mini common art session. I hope you have been watching the others that are on my YouTube channel and that you have been learning some English, new expressions, or just listening and trying to understand everything that I say, doing the exercises that I suggest, whether they are written exercises or conversation. Everything will help you improve your English level. So this time we are going to talk about organizing ideas to describe an event. Many times we have to describe something that happened to us. It doesn't matter if it's just among friends and you want to share a story. You have seen that some people, when they want to tell a story, they go in circles, they don't know what they are saying, and then they go back and narrate other events in the beginning, and then they continue the story. And finally, well, maybe you didn't understand exactly what happened. Organizing ideas is very, very important in order for people to understand exactly what you want to say. What is your main point? Perhaps you are a teacher and you are giving classes, so you want your students to understand what they are saying. Maybe in your workplace, you need sometimes to participate in some meetings and you have to narrate what is going on in the company. Or maybe you are a speaker or an influencer or a YouTuber, whatever, and you need to organize your ideas clearly so that your listeners can really understand what you want to say. This is what we are going to work today. And how are we going to do it? We are going to explore some paintings by the French artist Pierre Auguste Rodin. He was born in 1841. He died in 1919. He is considered one of the biggest or the greatest impressionists, together with other painters, of course. And with these paintings, we are going to create a story. What activities are we going to do? First of all, an exercise to warm up your voice muscles, because when we are telling a story, we need to warm up the voice so that we don't have this lack of voice or we don't hurt our vocal cords. Then we are going to explore some paintings about this artist, Renoir, and maybe talk a little bit about Impressionism, what it is. And then we're going to concentrate on organizing ideas in order to narrate an event that is coherent. All right, are you ready for this? So let's warm up our voice muscles. First of all, I would like you to sit up straight and put your hands on your stomach, on your tummy. And as you breathe in, feel how the tummy inflates like a balloon. Try not to move your shoulders. Shoulders are relaxed. The only thing that you feel moving is your chest, starting from your stomach and then the upper part of your chest. One more time. Breathe in. Remember that breathing in and out deeply and calmly will also relax our minds. Okay, next exercise. We're going to move the tongue around the mouth. This way we are going to warm up the tongue. Okay, so just going around your lips, move the tongue around. And then the other way around. Next, we're going to massage the jaw and cheek muscles. The jaw goes up and down. Next, we're going to pretend we are chewing something big. So put something big in your mouth and chew it. Okay, swallow. Now we're going to roll the head and don't move your shoulders. Roll your head from left to right. And from right to left. You can also bring it front and back. Front, back, or one side, the other side. One side, the other side. And finally, roll your shoulders. Don't move your head, just roll your shoulders to the front. And then to the back. That way, if you do this exercise, these exercises before any presentation or any time that you're going to speak out, well, you can make sure that everything is going to be right with your voice. So, before going to the paintings of Renoir, let's talk a little bit about Impressionism. What is it? Well, Impressionism was a major movement during the late 19th century and the early 20th century. It started in painting and then it went later into music. Basically, well, it started in France. And what happens? Well, the principal painters, the principal Impressionist painters that we can name are Claude Monet, Pierre Auguste Rodin, Camille Pissarro, Alfred Sisley, Bert Morrison, Armand Guillaumin, Edgar Degas, for example, Cézanne. Paul Cézanne is also another very famous Impressionist painter, and Edouard Monet also. Well, what happened? Why this movement? Well, these painters got tired of what they were taught at school, that they had to paint with academic teaching, with emphasis on historical and mythological subjects, very much like the old Greek paintings and stuff like that. They got tired of that, and they considered that the main subject in painting would be a composition with more colors, with a deep perspective, and that they would look at the surface patterns and relationships of the picture and the people in the paintings pay more attention to what they were really seeing. So it was the impression that the world created in them. Some people like Monet, Pissarro, and Renoir, and others began to paint landscapes also, river scenes. They tried to depict the colors of the rivers, of the ocean, of the lake, the forms, the objects as they appeared in natural light at a given moment. So these artists abandoned the traditional landscape palette of grays and dark greens and browns, and instead they started painting lighter colors, sunnier scenes, more brilliant colors. They played with the reflections in the water. They tried to reproduce what they were seeing, and they, well, as they were reproducing the form, what they were painting, the tree or the person or the object or anything, started losing the exact shape. It became sort of dematerialized, or it was like no clear outlines in their paintings. And it became more casual. They started painting more casual events, like gatherings, like people in front of a lake, a party, or anything like that. So that's how Impressionists changed what was being painted before, very traditional paintings, very academic paintings, into something that was more, it was closer to the viewer, to the spectator, and it was closer to them as painters. They were representing what they saw. That's why it's called Impressionism. It's the impression they got from whatever they were looking. So now I am going to share with you some series of paintings by Pierre Auguste Renoir. Let's try and see if you can find the relationship of these paintings, especially on the people. I think that the people that I am going to show you in these paintings are the same people in all of them, or at least some of them. Are you ready? I'm going to share screen. So here we have the two first paintings that I want to share with you. First one called Oarsmen at Chateau. Oarsmen, the oars are what the boating people use to move the boat. Those are the oars. So Oarsmen at Chateau. Chateau, I suppose it's the name of the lake or the place. Take a look at the image. I know that it's rather small, but take a look at it and how they are depicting a common scene, Sunday morning or Saturday morning, some people having fun near a lake. And you can see the reflections, the movement of the water. You can feel the movement of the water over here. And perhaps you can also notice that the people aren't very well defined. Take a look at the clothes of the people, the hats they are wearing, the skirts. Okay. Both of them, well, boating on the sea, on the Seine. The Seine is one of the main rivers in France. It actually is the river that crosses Paris. And you see over here two people taking a boat trip in the middle of the Seine. You see the oars again, and these two people having a very good time right in that moment. You see the reflections on the water, how the oar is getting inside the water, the clothes they are wearing, quite informal considering the time. Okay, remember we're talking of the mid 1900s, 1860, 1880, something like that. How the shapes aren't very well defined. So again, we have boats. In both of them, we have boats. We have people enjoying time at some river, at some lake, passing a good time. Renoir is reflecting this moment, this weekend moment. Next, let's go for the other two images that I want to share with you. Over here, all right, the first one, near the lake. What do you see? Well, two people talking. One of them, well, the man, he has a red beard and mustache, and he's wearing a yellow hat with a black band, a black ribbon around it. And the other one, well, a young lady, looks like a young lady with a hat with flowers. And it seems that they are enjoying a nice conversation. What about the other image in the garden? Okay, you don't see any water over here. They are just in the garden, but maybe it's like the same place, the surroundings of the same place. Well, a couple, or he is trying to propose to her. He is trying to tell her that, I don't know, he has fallen in love, and she is sort of rejecting him. She's looking to the other way. She's looking the other way. Look at her clothes, look at her hat, the long skirt, the boots that she's wearing. The man looks very well, wearing nice clothes with a bow tie, the style of France in that time. And, well, maybe she's just thinking if she should go out with him or not. They're having a conversation. He is flirting, or they are flirting. You see some flowers on the table. Again, the image of the tree is not very well depicted. The tree on the background is not very well depicted. It's just like blurred, the way you see something from a distance that you don't see exactly the shapes of the leaves or the trunks or the branches. They are blurred. Now, let's go to the main image that I want to share with you and that I would like us to concentrate. This is Luncheon on the Boating Party. It's one of the most famous paintings by Renoir. And you see lots of people over here. This is a party, okay, luncheon. It's like a reunion, a gathering that happened during lunchtime, and it's called On the Boating Party. Okay, so can you see the boats behind? The sailboats. Maybe they are in a yacht club or in a boat club, something like that. They are enjoying a good time, enjoying the moment. And you see different conversations, you see different people. Can you recognize some of the people that were shown in the previous paintings? Renoir used to paint his friends, and of course, he used to paint scenes that were happening during a party or an event. Maybe not at the moment, maybe what he remembered, then he depicted these moments. Can you recognize some of the people? Maybe you can recognize the man with the red beard. Maybe it's another occasion because now the ribbon is bluish, I think. Can you see the woman that was flirting, or the man that was flirting with this woman? Yes, the woman that was, well, rejecting or listening to the other guy who was trying to tell her that he was falling in love with her. What other things do you see in this image? What is happening? Look at the clothes of the people. Look at the attitude of the people. Maybe you can relate to a similar event when you had a party of some kind. Yes, they have finished eating. You can see the disorder on the table. There's some wine, I suppose. Some fruit, grapes, you can see over here. Maybe they have finished eating. You can see the glasses of wine. They are almost empty or empty. Some people are having nice conversations. We don't know what they're talking about. What else do you notice? This young lady talking with her dog. She's more interested in the dog than in the party, than what's happening in the party. We have some people wearing very elegant clothes, like this man over here with a top hat. Other people are wearing more informal clothes. You see these men, they are just wearing t-shirts. Maybe they are the oarsmen or friends who decided to go more informal. They are passing a good time. And this girl over here is perhaps having a conversation with this other man dressed in brown. This girl, again, it's like she doesn't care very much about the man who is trying to flirt with her. She's not interested in having a boyfriend yet. Perhaps these two men are talking business. You see their posture, very formal. Maybe they're having a business conversation. And something weird is happening with this trio over here. I don't know what the man is telling the woman or what this other man is trying to tell the woman, but it looks like she's covering her ears. She doesn't want to listen to them. Maybe something bad has happened. We can create stories and we can relate these stories with something that we have lived. Maybe a party, maybe a gathering, some invitation we had, and you can see the different people having different conversations. You can hear them having different conversations. Maybe you are there, but not really there. Maybe you're part of one conversation, or maybe you're just standing alone, watching what is happening around you. And well, enjoying the moment. So you see, Renoir tried to, well, Renoir and other Impressionists, what they tried to do is to change all of this academic painting of myths and gods and very formal things to something that was more life-related, connected to themselves. So Let's imagine for a moment that you want to tell what happened in the last party that you participated. If it was a good party or not, what happened, how it developed, etc. So how can you organize your ideas so that you tell the story not in a very long time, because maybe people around you don't have a lot of time to listen to the whole story and the whole details of the party, or maybe they do. We don't know. But we must start developing the story little by little, going from the fundamentals to the general description, and then maybe if there are some questions or you see interest in the people, then you can expand to more details. So what can we do about it? Or how can we organize this story? You want to share a memorable event. It can be a recent party, it can be your conversion story if you are a speaker, it can be any kind of story that you want to share with your audience, with your students, with whoever. First, we need to organize ideas. So, what is that memorable event that you want to talk about? First of all, we need to say what was the reason for the event. So we go for the what. What was it? Was it a party? Was it a situation that happened to you? Was it a good moment? Was it a terrifying event? Whatever it is, what was the reason? Then we describe the place, the people, the moment. Yes, we are going to explore over here the other basic questions: when, where, and who. Yes? Next, we start describing the event, the most relevant parts of the event, like in a general view. Then you may mention what you enjoyed most. What did you enjoy most? What was the peak of the event? The best part of whatever story you are telling. Maybe you want to mention something that wasn't so nice, something that went wrong, or what was the change, or what happened. And finally, you want to go to conclusions. Then, if there are questions from the audience and the audience is interested, then you can explore further. Okay? So what I'm going to do right now is just to organize my ideas to tell you an event. First of all, let's just write down the bullet points of the situation. I'm not going to write everything, of course, because I want it to sound natural. So in this screen, what you are going to see is only the bullet points. What was the reason? My birthday. When? In March 2022. Where? In my house, in the garden. Who? My family and some friends. Some points about the event. We made barbecued hamburgers. There were around 15 people. It was a sunny day, and there were nice conversations. What did I enjoy most? Seeing my family and friends, and everyone was happy. Something that wasn't very nice, well, I couldn't participate in the conversations. I had to entertain the guests, and I felt so tired afterwards. What's the conclusion? I will never organize a birthday party for myself again. So when I'm organizing my ideas, whether you do it in writing or whether you just do it mentally with practice, you can just do it mentally. Try to follow this order, all right? What was the reason? When? Where? Who? Generally speaking, what happened? What did you enjoy most? Anything that wasn't so nice? And what was the conclusion? So now I'm going to tell you the story very quickly. Are you ready? I'm going to stop sharing screen so that I can tell you the story. So here we go. Well, I wanted to celebrate my birthday. My birthday is in March, and this is my birthday in 2022. What did I decide to do? I decided to organize a party in my house in the garden. And I invited my family and I invited my friends as well. I planned the menu, so since it was going to be in the garden, I decided to go for the barbecue and to prepare some hamburgers. There were some vegetarian people, so I had meat or beef hamburgers, but I also had mushroom hamburgers or other options for the vegetarian people. There were around 15 people in my house. It was a sunny day. And of course, everybody was enjoying, everybody was having nice conversations because there had been some time since they hadn't seen each other. I enjoyed seeing my family, definitely my family and my friends. I enjoyed that everybody was able to go, and I enjoyed seeing them that they were so happy and enjoying their hamburgers and the cake and everything that I prepared. But the truth is that I wasn't able to enjoy really the party. I couldn't participate in the conversations because I had to entertain guests, like bringing things that were missing. Where are the napkins, you know? And Marcela, are there any cucumbers, or do you have more potato chips? Oh, we ran out of ketchup. Is there any other mustard, etc.? Do you have a glass? And so I was coming and going to entertain my friends and my family. So I wasn't really enjoying, or I didn't really enjoy the party in full. I wasn't able to sit down and have conversations with them. Of course, after the party, everybody said goodbye, and my house was a mess. You know this. Then, after everybody leaves, you have to wash the dishes, put everything away, etc., etc. And I felt so very tired afterwards. So this has been the last time that I organize a party for myself, because now I understand that the person that enjoys the least is the one who organizes the party. It was in 2022. In 23, I didn't organize anything. In 24, I didn't organize anything. And I will never organize a birthday party for myself again. No more. If I want to gather with my friends and family, we meet in a restaurant, or I let them organize whatever they want to do, because this is my special day and I really want to enjoy it. So as you can see, when you have your ideas organized, it's easier to tell the story. Then maybe some people may have some questions, okay? And then you can answer the questions. So one exercise that I can suggest you do is try to practice this with somebody. Make notes. What was the occasion? When? Where? Who was invited? A general description. What was the thing that you enjoyed most? What was the thing that you enjoyed the least? And what is your conclusion after this situation? take notes, and then practice telling somebody the story about this special moment. The person who is listening to you should listen attentively and maybe, well, interrupt in case they need some clarification or to show interest, of course, to show attentive listening. We have talked about this. And if you haven't seen the other mini common art, you can find this on how to listen attentively and show interest, or ask for more details. Okay, so that it is really a conversation, or you let the person finish the story and then you go for questions and you go for extra information. And then maybe switch roles, okay? Switch roles. The other person organizes their ideas coherently so that they can tell the story, and then you listen attentively and maybe you can ask some questions. Practice telling a story in no less than 3 minutes or so. I don't know exactly how long it took me, but I think it didn't take me so long to tell you my story, because if I take 15 minutes to tell you the story, then the people will start like going bored. What else? Okay, when are you going to finish? Yes, I understand. So organize your ideas clearly so that you can tell the story, and if the story is interesting enough, then the conversation will continue. Yes? Any questions? And after you have finished telling the story, or you have finished listening to somebody else's story, ask yourself. This is a very good metacognition question. Metacognition means reflecting beyond yourself, all right, outside of yourself. Reflect what happens. How did you feel when you were narrating the story? What was the most difficult part for you? To organize your ideas, to stick to the point, to be coherent, to be organized. And also ask yourself, when you were listening to the other person telling you the story, what was the most difficult part? To pay attention, not be distracted, trying to understand the thread of the story, or trying not to interrupt the person, not to change the conversation, whatever. Think about these two questions, all right? And well, this was the end of today's session, mini common art. I know that the only way that you can participate is by listening to whatever information I share with you, and writing on the chat if you have any questions, doubts, or you want to comment on something. I would really appreciate it. But if you really want to participate in the common art session, remember that we have common art sessions that are live by Zoom. They last 2 hours, so it's 2 hours you have to really participate, talk, give your viewpoint, share your ideas, practice these exercises or whatever exercise I share in these mini common art sessions. I will also leave you the link for a webinar that I gave on how to organize ideas so that you can communicate clearly. And remember to follow me on my social media, Facebook and Instagram, because I share every Sunday, I share a mini common art session, and I'm sharing other content on YouTube and on Facebook, same as in Instagram, all right? So thank you very much, and I hope to see you next Sunday. Bye.